Rules that are built as a table structure are known as truth tables. The truth table can be thought of as a data or decisions table, as they compare the possible combinations of multiple conditions or inputs that then drive multiple outcomes. Once input data is defined, there's a few options to output the data by either returning a single piece of data for each row, or returning multiple data for each row, or by taking an action by calling a flow. In this example, a truth table will be created that recommends different loan packages depending on if the person is a customer, the loan amount, and their credit score. I'm going to take some time to define our inputs as well as get our conditions started up. As you can see, when we are constructing these conditions, we get certain verbiage that pops up depending on the data type that we have. This is because decisions is data aware, meaning that the verbs that pop up in constructing a condition like this are all dependent on the data type that we choose once we declare those inputs. All right, last is just this output here, which we're going to have as a loan package that results. Very good. Now that we have our conditions defined, we can go ahead and start adding our rows, which is going to be the data that's going to be evaluated. As you can see, we can add in multiple rows if we'd like to, and we can determine what data gets evaluated by what we fill in these boxes here. So what we need to find out is if the customer is current or not, how much the loan amount is that we're trying to evaluate against, and the credit score amount. So based off of this right now, if there is a current customer who's applying for a loan less than $15,000 and their credit score is greater than 650, they're going to be getting back a HP premium. And that's the package that they'll be receiving. And we can continue adding in data and for each of these rows. We can also have it ignore certain conditions. Maybe we don't want to look at the loan amount for certain rows. Now we can continue adding on column by column, or if we wanted to add just all of the information for a row at a time, we can easily do that as well. Great, looks like we have our truth table constructed. As you can see, just following in this rules editor, it's pretty simple and easy to understand how a truth table is put together and how it works. And the thing that really sets them apart from other rules is how they do combine all of the several conditions into one single place, and it can have it return multiple results. To really show how the truth table looks when executing certain rule parameters, we can go to our debugger and devaluate any input data and display some of the results. I have some predefined data here that we can work with. Running a rule in the debugger also highlights the conditions in green or red based on their true or false results, which is very helpful at a glance if you need to see what the rule is coming out with. Since there are multiple conditions and multiple outcomes, we can see here that there could be multiple points of truth. Now that we have just a single output showing up, we can also go and have multiple outputs showing up. So instead of just having this loan package result, we can also have a loan assistant. Maybe we want to be able to have an email sent out to somebody based on this result. It takes some time to define these here. All right, this looks great. So now so far, whatever rows return true, not only will return the loan package, it's also going to return the loan assistant. We could also test this in the debugger, but just for time's sake, we're going to go over the last kind of output that we can have in a rule table, which is allowing actions to execute running a flow based on the rows that return. as true. Now, I already have some predefined flows here that I can pick from for time's sake, but you could have any kind of flow run based on your needs. We're going to hop into the debugger one last time just to see how something like this would work. Have another set of test data here that we're going to try. And as you can see, base here, that all the results that pop up are based on the flow that runs. So the flow that was previously created will show up as a pop-up. You could have it show up as an email that comes back, truly whatever you need to do. So this really just goes to show that even though truth tables may appear more complex due to their combination of conditions, this style of rule is often known to be one of the easiest rules to build, read, and understand, not only by the tech users of an organization, but also the business users.